All right, so let's talk about backlinking inside of Spaceduck. So I'm currently writing an article about the effects of AI on our thinking, of which I have this document over here, where it's the actual article. But to write the article, I'm going through other articles and PDF studies and notes that I've taken in the past to put the whole thing together. And this is where backlinking comes very handy. Backlinking essentially allows you to manually link between notes and different items that you have within your space to create a web of ideas. Now, instead of Spaceduck, AI already helps you do this by providing information about similar notes to what you're working on over here. But backlinking allows you to do that manually with more control over it. And essentially allows you to create a connection between different thoughts that you have on a specific topic. The way that I usually use it is I could come over here and I've taken some notes from this study and I have mentioned the actual study over here, of which it gets backlinked to the study over there. In some cases where the name is too long, you can actually modify the name to just say, for example, this study. The name over here changes, which it takes much less space, but then the outgoing name stays as what the original file was called. If I close this, I could also show you how I've used backlinking over here. I've essentially taken micro notes or micro thoughts that I've had on this topic, and I've backlinked related or similar items to it, and I've created this web of ideas. This would essentially help me trace my thinking, find related ideas, and create a network of knowledge. Let me also show you how you could create your own backlinks. Inside of Spaceduck, instead of any documents or boards, when you bring an item, you could simply just press plus, and you could search by the title of that item, and then you could double click it or press enter on your keyboard and the item gets backlinked. There are two different views on most items. One of them is the card view like this, and you could change that view into an inline view, which would only show you the title of that item. And as mentioned before, you could link to anything within your workspace. I can link to this quote. I can also link to an image like this. Another way that you could bring backlinks is to go inside your sidebar library and you could search within here. By default, it connects you to similar items, of which you can either open them up and look at them in the sidebar, or you could just drag and drop them into the area like this. And again, you could choose how you want to display this item. Another handy trick inside of Spaceduck is if you're taking a note and you want to create some side note for later. So let's say that I am writing about AGI. I could just simply type in AGI. I could create a doc over here and continue writing, of which I can then come back to this later and start writing over here. And you can see how it has the backlink automatically in the sidebar. Cool. That's essentially backlinks. It turns your entire workspace into a living connected system that helps you trace your thinking, find related ideas, and create a network of knowledge instead of scattered content. All right, that's it. See you guys in the next one.